Good evening from San Ignacio Town. With the 9 o'clock news, I am Patrick Jones. In the headlines, Cola calls for clarification of the ICJ situation. A policeman is among shooting victims in Belize City, and men's fast-pitch softball competition kicks off this weekend in Roaring Creek. Stay tuned for details of these and other stories coming up after these messages.
But like I tell the athletes, prepare. Because if you feel like you're in shape, when you get inside that ring, maybe 50% of that will be gone.
I got one dream for like 6 months now. I'm gonna get a big fight. Yeah, I'm gonna be in the ring one day, a lot of lights flashing. I can't wait for that to happen. When that day comes, I'm ready for that day.
Push it, let's go.
I don't know who my opponent is, but like we said, what we do, we train, and when they call us, we go fight. That's what we do. So.
Me veo como un campeón, quiero ser un campeón.
My mind, it is going to win. My mind always and positive. I going to win this fight. I will do all my best and make everybody enjoy these big events. It will be in Cayo.
Uno le va a echar ganas y una oportunidad le dan y esa oportunidad hay que aprovecharla.
A great event for the country, a great event for boxing.
Here now is the news in details. The San Ignacio Rotary Club today carried out a blood drive. The venue for the event was the Red Cross building on Joseph Andrews Drive. According to the Vice President designate of the local Rotary Club, Louis Godoy, the blood drive was a big success.
It went well. We had a good amount of participation from the community from San Ignacio. I got to thank the people who were from the office gurus next door. A lot of them came, a lot of young people from over there came, and also some people from just around the community from San Ignacio came out. The best thing for us really was to try to get enough blood to be sent to the blood bank to make the whole blood drive a success. I think we're reaching there at this point. Next year we will try to have a health fair, because what we encountered is that a lot of people who wanted to come to donate, their actual blood levels were actually below normal, so they couldn't actually give any blood. So next year we will definitely try to bring in more of a health fair to get more people to understand how they can bring up their blood so they can donate.
From the standpoint of the Rotaract Club, are you satisfied with the effort put out today?
Oh yes, very much. I'd like to thank all the Rotaract members, everyone who came out here today and really made a big effort to come. We were out here from 8, someone was out here from 7:30. We were working really hard to try to make everything here go as smoothly as possible. I also thank the members of the Rotaract of Benque who also managed to come out here today.
Now you are at the Red Cross building for next year. Will you do the same location or maybe somewhere else?
Well, we just have to see how many people we can get once more. If it's a really big health fair, we'll definitely move it to a much bigger venue. And if it's about the same size, then we'll try to keep it the same building. But as you know, it's a bit limited in space. But if next year, like I said, if we have a lot more people participating and other organizations, we definitely will try to move up to something bigger.
After this, if somebody wants to donate, maybe they're just watching this on TV, can they contact you and would you facilitate that?
Yeah, sure, no problem. You can definitely get in contact with us, or if you want to, you can also just check with your local hospital. They'd be able to help you as well.
As mentioned earlier, today's blood drive was held at the Red Cross building. One of the volunteers, Maria Logue, told TNC News that the organization needs some assistance to continue its work.
Through Red Cross, we learn to do psychosocial, do different trainings. We have 2 first aid instructors here who are certified, Evan Montejo and Abner Castillo. We have two first aid instructors here. It's 13 of us.
Now, what takes place specifically here at this building?
Well, we rent the building to different organizations so that we can keep it open so that people know we still have our Red Cross building going on.
Is there any particular assistance that you would accept from the public?
Any kind, such as chairs, fans, clothes, because right now it's hurricane season, so we can get it here and give it to the public, to the people in need.
How can people contact you if they want to make donations?
Well, my number is 602-2234, Maria Loeb.
And can they come by the office? Is it open every day?
Well, mostly I open from like 9 till like 1 in the evening, every day. Because it's hurricane season now, so we have to keep the building open.
The organization Citizens Organized for Liberty Through Action, COLA, is asking for clarification from government regarding the issue of taking the Guatemalan claim to the International Court of Justice. COLA claims that government has been pushing what it calls the ICJ agenda abroad instead of a referendum agenda. The organization notes that it finds this to be, quote, disingenuous not only to Belizeans, but to those countries from whom we are lobbying support, end of quote. COLA says that the impression has been clearly given that Belize is prepared and ready to go to the ICJ, suggesting that the people have signed on to this action. This is far from the truth, says COLA. It is in that vein that COLA is asking government to clarify the referendum issue. It wants to know if any plans have been put in place to hold a national referendum, if a timeline has been set for a referendum, and whether or not Belizeans have been sufficiently and objectively apprised of the pros and cons of going to the ICJ. COLA is also claiming that Guatemala is requesting that Belize adjusts the Referendum Act to lower the threshold, something which the organization says it categorically rejects. COLA also calls for a full and intensive clarification of the situation regarding the Sarstoon. You're watching the 9 o'clock news. We will have more of the day's stories for you right after these messages.
That deals only happen once a year or only on special occasions. Walk into any one of our central TV and internet offices to get free installation, free modems, and free MyTV subscriptions. Visit us whether you're in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio, or Benque, or give us a call toll-free at 0800 Cable TV. Central TV and Internet. Bundle and save.
Bundle and save. Central TV and Internet.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Rain. I'd like to tell you about the biggest thing to hit the local real estate market, the Belize Real Estate Show. Whether you are a real estate agent or property owner looking to rent or sell your property, the Belize Real Estate Show can help. We offer high-quality production with stunning slideshows, voiceovers, cinematic videos, and even an extended walkthrough hosted by yours truly. Call the number on your screen and allow all our viewers to dream of renting or owning your property.
Welcome back to the 9 o'clock news. There was a shooting incident this morning in Belize City. TNT News understands that at least 3 people were injured, including an on-duty police officer. Corporal Alric Arnold was wounded around 8 o'clock this morning when a man opened fire in front of the Queen Street Police Station. 2 other persons were grazed by bullets. In a post on its Facebook page, Eastern Division Police Department asked the public to pray for Corporal Arnold, who underwent surgery this afternoon. He was listed in stable condition. The alleged gunman was reported to have been taken into custody by police shortly after the shooting. Investigations continue. A man was shot and killed on Thursday in Belize City. Elroy Perdomo Jr. was fatally wounded just after 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon as he attended a funeral. According to Belize City Police, Perdomo had stepped out of the funeral procession and stopped at a Chinese store to purchase some items when he was approached and fatally wounded. Police are now asking the general public for assistance in providing information that could assist the authorities in tracking down the murderer. Information can be passed on through the Crime Stoppers hotline or via the 911 system. Belize Defense Force volunteer soldier 31-year-old Anthony Goff has been arrested on charges of possession of a controlled drug with intent to supply. Goff, a resident of Esperanza Village, was arrested following a search of his home on Thursday morning by San Ignacio police. During the search, police say they found a bag containing 1,491 grams or just over 2 pounds of marijuana. He was cautioned and informed of his constitutional rights and then escorted to the San Ignacio police station along with the suspected drugs. Belize Electric Company Limited, BECOL, in conjunction with NEMO, the Department of the Environment and Ministry of Health, will conduct a series of public discussions next week. The highly interactive discussions will target communities that are downstream of BECOL's hydroelectric facilities. The aim of the discussions is to educate and inform residents and stakeholders on issues such as the early warning system and related emergency procedures. The discussions are also intended to pass on relevant information regarding mercury in fish data, water quality of the Macal, and other topics that may be of concern to stakeholders. The series of public discussions start on Tuesday night in Cristo Rey Village. It is free of charge and the general public is invited to attend. The Cayo Softball Association will kick off its 2016 men's fast-pitch competition on Saturday in Roaring Creek Village. 6 teams are expected to take part in the competition, which will run until the ending of September. Saturday's Showcase Marathon will be played at the Raymond Garbett Softball Field beginning at 9 o'clock in the morning. Thereafter, the association will be announcing the competition schedule and venues where games will be played each Saturday until the conclusion of the tournament. So far, Esperanza, Camalote, Roaring Creek, Belmopan, Dangriga, and Silkgrass Village have indicated that they will be fielding teams in this year's competition. We will have highlights in Monday's newscast. This is the news on the national channel. Coming up, we'll take a look at the weekend weather. We'll be right back.
Would you like to know more about the flora and fauna of Belize? Do you enjoy gardening and need some tips? Then tune in to The Garden Show with Belize Botanic Gardens every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, only on the National Channel. Nine women, 1 ball, 1 diamond, 7 innings, 1 winner. It's a game of numbers. It's women's amateur softball in full high definition. Catch all the action from the diamond live on TNC 10, Belize's sport, news, and information station.
Rain is in the forecast, but the Weather Bureau says it should not be a total washout this weekend. Here is the forecast for Saturday. And that is a look at the weather with information provided by forecaster Michael Gentle at the Belize Weather Bureau. To end the news, here are the main points again. COLA calls for clarification of the ICJ situation. A policeman is among shooting victims in Belize City. And men's fast-pitch softball competition kicks off this weekend in Roaring Creek. With the headlines, we end this edition of the 9 o'clock news. As we head out this Friday evening, we hope that you and your family will have a safe and an enjoyable weekend. Join us back here at the News Desk on Monday for another newscast. Thank you for joining us. I am Patrick Jones. Have a good evening and a good night.